Bonjour! How to use the subjunctive is our topic for today. But we will just look at one use of the subjunctive, the one which translates the idea of must. Vous êtes prêts? C'est parti avec le subjonctif. Before we go into the use of the subjunctive, I would like to talk about the mood. As you can see here, I put tenses, which we know already, mood, and then two arrows, one for the indicative and one for the subjunctive. Now, the indicative is a mood which you know already. You know it because you've been using the present, the past, and possibly the future. And the reason why it's called indicative is because all those tenses tells you about when the action is actually taking place. So if you're using the present, it will indicate, or it will tell you that the action is taking place now, as opposed to the past where the action took place, for example, yesterday. The subjunctive is slightly different. It's more like a requirement. But there's tenses as well, and we're going to have the present and the past. Today, I'm just going to look at the subjunctive present. So you know already the indicative mood, as I mentioned earlier. Devoir, which means to have to, gives you in the present tense, je dois. So whenever you want to say I have to do something, you just say je dois and then you use the verb. Now today we are talking about the subjunctive, which is different. And here we want to say I must. Il faut que. So il faut que, word for word, would mean nothing really. So you need to remember il faut que plus the person doing the action plus the action itself. So my example here is il faut que tu viennes à mon anniversaire. You must come to my birthday. And as you can see, vienne is different from the indicative because for venir we say tu viens, but here we have tu viennes. This leads me to the formation of the subjunctive. To help you, I have come up with a table. On the left, you're going to see présent indicatif, which is our indicative, present. Présent subjonctif, which is what I would like to teach you today. And traduction, which is the translation of what is in the second column. So, je travaille. Okay, so if we were to go through the conjugation of travailler, which means to work, je travaille means I work or I am working. Now, if we look at il faut que je travaille, it means I must work. If you compare je travaille in the indicative and je travaille, il faut que je travaille in the present subjunctive, what do you see? Nothing. The verb is exactly the same. And it goes exactly the same for tu travailles, il faut que tu travailles. Il ou elle travaille, il faut qu'il ou qu'elle travaille. Now, where there's a difference is when you come to the nous and the vous. Donc, nous travaillons gives you il faut que nous travaillions. All right? So here, the only difference is the I-O-N-S. And you're going to find that again with the vous, I-E-Z. Vous travaillez, il faut que vous travailliez. And then when we come back to the il or elle, plural, we have travail, ENT, and it's exactly the same with the subjunctive present, il faut qu'il ou qu'elle travaille. They must work. So, as you can see, it's pretty much the same as the present of the indicative for ER verbs. ER except aller. Aller is not an ER verb, even though it ends with ER. It's a third group verb, so it's going to have an irregular conjugation. In this table, we are going to go through some verbs which are irregular. Okay? Now, je finis, as you can see, it's an IR ending verb. It gives you je finis in the present tense, but in the subjunctive, il faut que je finisse. So you have to be very careful, and it means I must finish. Now, faire, which means to do or to make, you say je fais in the present of the indicative, but il faut que je fasse. And then it will be the same. Il faut que tu fasses, il faut qu'il fasse, il faut que nous fassions, il faut que vous fassiez, il faut qu'il fasse. Je viens, which comes from venir, il faut que je vienne, il faut que tu viennes, il faut qu'il vienne, and il faut que nous venions. So you have the I again. Il faut que vous veniez, and il faut qu'il vienne for the plural. Je sors, I am going out, which comes from sortir. You would say, il faut que vous sortiez. You must go out. All right? Now, if you wanted to say, I must go out, you would say, il faut que je sorte. Il faut que tu sortes. Il faut qu'il sorte. Il faut que nous sortions. Il faut que vous sortiez. Il faut qu'il sorte, with an ENT at the end. And to finish, je vais, which comes from aller. Il faut que j'aille. Il faut que tu ailles. Il faut qu'il aille. Il faut que nous allions. Il faut que vous alliez. So be careful here, because the first I is no longer there, but we have to put it after the L. Il faut que vous alliez, and il faut qu'ils aillent, and we go back to the I. Let's go through an exercise. So here's another table. You have 5 sentences with a blank each time, because you will need to put the verb which is in bracket in the infinitive form. You'll have to put it in your blank in the right form of the subjunctive, in the present tense, of course. So I'm just going to read the sentences for you, and then you will pause the video so that you can write down your answers. Il faut que vous de faire du bruit, and the verb is arrêter. Il ne faut pas que nous le téléphone, and the verb is utiliser. Il faut que vous l'environnement, respecter. Il faut que nous se dépêcher. Se dépêcher means to hurry up. Il faut que tu un détour, and the verb is faire. So please pause the video now. Here are the answers. I hope you got them right. So, il faut que vous arrêtiez de faire du bruit. You must stop making noise. Il ne faut pas que nous utilisions le téléphone. We must not use the phone. Il faut que vous respectiez l'environnement. You must respect the environment. Il faut que nous nous dépêchions. We must hurry up. Il faut que tu fasses un détour. You must go through a detour. Some more sentences in the subjunctive. Il faut que tu mettes tes résultats sur la chaîne. Il faut que tu t'abonnes. Il faut que tu aimes la vidéo. And I hope you will do all this. Now, il faut que je vous dise au revoir. Au revoir.